Assalamu alaikum everyone. Good afternoon all. We are waiting for some girls to join the session. Lubna, you carry on with it, okay? You carry with your work.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Lubna, once repeat now what ma'am said.
Nothing. We are waiting for some participants to join.
Okay.
Okay, so we should begin now. What is the last topic we have covered? Yes.
We have covered management skills, which includes 3 skills: technical skills, conceptual skills, and human skills.
Very good. Very good.
And
And what are the
include their
duties?
planning, communication, decision, and delegation.
Very good. Super. Okay, so what are the technical skills? Yes. What is the technical skill one should possess?
Technical skills, the ability and knowledge and techniques to use. Then
and procedures, etc.
yeah, and procedure. Software and machines and production tools should be also known how to use.
Knowledge
And
and
Yes. So do you think this technical skill is both the art and science or only the science?
Art and science.
art and science.
Exactly. Exactly. And what is the conceptual skills? What includes in
Conceptual
conceptual
skills
skills?
include our
knowledge.
creative solutions and balancing
Understanding the
problem.
concept for the organization and working with your required skills.
Delegation.
Yes, is it that one? Understanding the concept of organization and working with
Yes,
the
we have
available
first
resources.
he should
Yes.
know concept and then he should analyze
Concept of
it
the
and then
organization, and then he has to take the decision.
Decision
Yes,
making.
exactly, exactly.
Delegation to
And
assigning the work.
yeah, yes, and no, assigning the work comes in the interpersonal, okay, human and interpersonal. Because once you are connected with your employees, once your communication skill is good, once you are very familiar with the employee, then only you can give your authority. You are right. Delegation of power is one of the skill, but it comes in the interpersonal skill. Okay, that duty, delegation duty comes under the interpersonal skills, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now proceeding very quick, we were having we completed till problems. We completed till delegation, right?
yes.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Now moving ahead. So these were what this plannings and all were what this were the duties. Okay, the manager's duties. Okay, 6 essential management skills. Okay, that managers should possess while performing their duties. That is the planning, communication, decision making, delegation, and problem solving motivation. Okay. Uh, I may now want each and everyone to mute themselves. Okay, thank you. So, problem solving is in another essential skill. A good manager must have the ability to tackle and solve the frequent problems that can arise in typical workday. Problem solving in management involves identifying a certain problem or situation and then finding the best way to handle the problem and get the best solution. It is the ability to sort things out even when the prevailing conditions are not right. When it's clear, when it is clear that a manager has great problem solving skills, it differentiates him or her from the rest of the team and give subordinates confidence in his or her managerial skills. So problem solving is what it is another essential, okay, for the manager to perform his duties. Okay, if there is some problem arising, like crisis been arising, he must be like able to he must be able to solve that problem. Okay, he must be able to cover that problem very quick so that he may be clearing up the difficulties. Okay, he may be clearing up the crisis which leads to the difficulties and which leads in the stopping of the workload. Okay, he should be a great he should be a like a pro, you can say nowadays, right? He should be a pro in handling this professional one. He should be a professional one in handling this situations. Okay, the situation like this, he should identify, okay, the manager, he should be helping the management in identifying the solution to the problem, okay, and giving its best, okay, and giving its best solution to the problem to solve it. Okay, and when it's clear that he has a great responsibility and he is great in problem solving, then he is already different from his employees, okay, and his workers. Okay, so this is the problem solving duty the manager should possess in the management. Motivating ability to motivate is another important skill in an organization. Motivation helps bring forth a desired behavior or response from the employees or certain stakeholders. There are numerous motivation tactics that manager can use. Choosing the right ones can depend on characteristics such as company and team culture, team personalities, and more. There are two primary types of motivation that a manager can use. There are intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Now, motivating your employees is another skill. Okay, like you are motivating your employees, like human interpersonal skills that come in human interpersonal skills, that you're encouraging your employee to do the work. Okay, so the more the encouragement, the more the motivation they will get, the more it will be helpful for them. Okay, and motivation helps bring forth a desired behavior. See, a desired behavior or response from the employees. Okay, you are motivating someone for their good work, so definitely that outcome will be their good work. Okay, the desired work, you desired some work to them and they will be working upon them because they know, okay, when the work is done good, you will be getting motivated. Okay, the employees will be getting motivated. So like in order to get the recognition, in order to get the motivation like this, the employees will work more hard and they give the desired performance in the management. There are numerous motivation tactics. Tactics means what? Like tactics means like steps, or tactics means like what we can say strategies. Yeah, exactly. Strategies means, yeah,
Methods.
strategies. Yes, strategies in a way that you are encouraging your employees. Okay, in many way you will encourage your employee. Okay, for the act of motivation. Okay, and choosing the right ones can depend on characteristics such as company and team culture, team personalities. Okay, choosing a right strategy or a right tactics for this motivation will give in a rise in the team culture. Okay, how your team bonding is. Okay, how your personalities in your team are working and how the work is being carried out with the team. Okay, that will lead in the good motivation skills. There are two primary types of motivation that a manager can use. There are intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Now, do you know something about intrinsic and extrinsic?
No.
Motivation
Intrinsic
means
essential.
giving a bonus uh, in terms of money, and extensive means just inspiring someone by speech or what we can say, just by words. What in my
Okay, so like see in yeah, see intrinsic means like some persons, some employees or some persons may be having some inborn qualities, right? Inborn qualities, they are having some natural qualities within them. Inborn qualities, like there are like naturally they are talented. Inborn, they will be having some talent, right? So in that way, in that by the persons who are having such talent may be getting encouraged. Okay, like who is having some talent like this. Is it clear with this, girls?
Ma'am, give an example of this now.
Yeah, I was telling about that only. Please mute yourself, girls. See, okay. See, first, I will let you know with the extrinsic motivation. Okay, extrinsic motivation means like what in the act of like praising someone. Okay, like motivating for the specific activities. Like they will be very quick in the physical activities, right? Physical activities like quick support. Okay, like quick support will be given by the managers from their employees. Okay, like sportsmanship. Okay, extrinsic means outside. See, intrinsic means by your mind. Inborn, some persons will be very good. Okay, inborn, the some persons will be very good by their thinking ability. Intrinsic means अपने दिमाग से, ठीक है. इनबॉर्न वो लोग इतने इंटेलिजेंट रहते कि अपने दिमाग का यूज करके वो लोग सारी चीजें करते थे. एक्सट्रिंसिक है, एक्सट्रिंसिक इज लाइक opposite to it, like physical activities. Okay, sportsmanship रहता, आपके sales को कैसे बढ़ाना रहता वो रहता, और completion of task very quickly. These are the physical activities which gives in the extrinsic motivation. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And okay, intrinsic means you enjoy it, satisfying yourself. Intrinsic motivation means peaceful mind. Okay, with peaceful mind you will be working. In your mind it will be like this. Okay, like you will be satisfied with what the work you are going. Okay, the enjoyment. Okay, and inner growth, satisfaction is the example of intrinsic motivation. Opposite to each other, intrinsic and extrinsic. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Intrinsic is, yeah, something which is natural. Yes, something which is natural, like by born, like inborn essentials, like you are like very active and you are very intelligent, so that you are covering your work very quick and you are getting motivated by that. When you are getting motivated for that intrinsic values, you will be satisfied, you will be enjoying your work. First, in your mind it will be a peaceful thing in your mind, right? So you will know this work and you are getting encouraged for this work. एक्सट्रिंसिव इज समवॉट ऑपोजिट. इंट्रिंसिव क्या है? आपके दिमाग से, आपके इंटेलिजेंस के लिए आप मोटिवेटेड होते. Extrinsic is outside, like physical. Okay, like you have a sportsmanship very quick, you will be like working very quick. Sportsmanship आपका अच्छा रहेगा. And in all the physical activities, like you are good in uplifting the sales. Okay, so these are the extrinsic. Okay, these are opposite to each other. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Ma'am, for instantive example, can we take a good speaking skills? Like communication is inner born, means it's from the mind.
Like someone may be talented for getting communication skills, right? Exactly.
Yeah, for
Communicating, good
extensive, we can
communication,
take
yes.
some work is hand over to us, and we are doing good job in it. So that is extensive.
Because with that physical thing you are encouraging, you are uplifting the sales, or you are uplifting your work team.
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Yeah, okay, fine. Now, so these are the 6 duties a management in a management a manager should possess. The first one is planning, second is communication, third decision making, fourth delegation, fifth problem solving, sixth motivating. Now, next is bottom line. Management skills are a collection of abilities that include things such as business planning, decision making, problem solving, communication, delegation, and time management. While different roles and organizations require the use of various skills sets, management skills help a professional stand out and excel no matter what their level. In top management, these skills are essential to run an organization well and achieve desired business objectives. So, what happened here is like these are the skills. Okay, these are the abilities, collection of abilities that include things which helps in business. Okay, problem solving, planning, business planning, decision making, problem solving, or whatever the duties the management will be possessing. Okay, so this will be given like different roles and organization require the use of various skill sets. Okay, so for different organizations, for different roles will be assigned to them, like planning, delegation, and everything. The roles being assigned to them for the for use of such work. Okay, And with this, management skills help a professional stand out and excel. With this ability, with this collection of skills and collection of skills abilities, with such kind of things, management will run out very successfully. So these skills are essential to run an organization well and achieve desired business objectives. It could be like bottom line, or you could be also telling it as like a conclusion for the above six things what we have studied for. Is it clear with this topic, girls? Managerial skills, types of
Yes,
management.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So today I will be uploading this topic in the Google Classroom. You have to make the notes for it. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Moving ahead, you have next topic is just wait. I'll upload over here. You are having now, the next one you are having is levels of management. See, levels of management is nothing but your top level management, middle level management, and the low level management. How the levels in the management are working. The term levels of management refer to a line of demarcation between various managerial positions in an organization. Now, don't confuse yourself with the demarcation. What is demarcation? It is nothing but the hierarchy line. Do you remember the
Division.
hierarchy line?
Ranking.
Position, ranking.
Ranking.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Between various managerial positions in an organization. The number of levels in management increases when the size of the business and workforce increases, and vice versa. Level of management determines the chain of command, the amount of authority and status enjoyed by any managerial position. The levels of management can be classified into three broad categories, that is top level, middle level, and low level. Now, what these levels in the management are for? Because when your business is expanding, when it's increasing, so the size of the business is increasing, so the number of levels, okay, in the management for working group, for the group of persons working in your organization, their levels also get increased according to the business and work expansion. And level of management determines the chain of command and amount of authority. See, with those levels come the command. The higher level, higher command. The lower level, lower command. Middle level, middle command. The amount of authority also will be given priority according to their levels. Okay, and the status will be also enjoyed by according to their levels of managerial position. Levels can be classified into three, that is top, middle, and low level. Now, top level, what happened? Executives, coaching, management, leadership, delegations, empowerment, etc. So these are some of the essentials, or these are some of the authorities which includes in the top level. That is executive coaching, change management, leadership, delegation, and empowerment, etc. Middle level management is problem solving, team building, talent development, performance management, etc. Now, middle level management works for what? Problem solving, team building, talent development, performance management. These are some things being carried out in the middle level management. Low level management, emotional intelligence, and coaching for performance, etc. Now, low level management, they uplift. It's nothing but they uplift emotional intelligence and the coaching for performance, etc. Means uplifting the workers in that level of management. Okay.
And
So
provide
top level,
training.
yeah, exactly. Top level. See, below this diagram, there is the top level, that is the administrative level, middle level, that is the executive level, and low level or supervisory or the operative or first liner manager. Managers at all these levels perform different functions. The roles of managers at all three levels is discussed below. Now, in the first one, top level of management, what happens in it? Consists of board of directors, chief executive or managing director. The top management is the ultimate source of authority, and it manages goals and policies for an enterprise. It devotes more time on planning and coordinating functions. So it consists, top level consists who? The persons here are board of directors, chief executive or managing director. It is the ultimate source. Now, this top level management is having the authority, and it manages and goals and policies for an enterprise. It devotes more time. It gives like more time on the planning and coordinating functions. Now, what are the things it being include? Role of top management can be summarized as follows. Top management lays down the objectives and broad policies of the enterprise. So they set up the policies and objectives, obviously, because they include the board of directors, includes in the management here is top level of management and the other executives and the managing director. So the top level authority decides the goals, intention, okay, like goals, objectives, and all for the enterprise. Then it issues necessary instructions for preparation of department budgets, procedures, schedules, etc. Now they issues what instructions? They give instructions for preparation of budget. Okay, the department budget, the policies, okay, and the strategies to be settled out because they are the administrative level. See, in a management, all the things are being guided through the management only. Okay, the administrative level in the management. That is why it's been divided into three levels because the first level is what the administrative level. They perform, not they perform. They are setting some goals. Okay, they are setting some plans, goals, and objectives that are to be achieved by the next level of management. Okay, the top level management only directs the functions. Okay, functioning of an management. The next is it prepares strategic plans and policies for the enterprise. Then they prepare what the strategic plans and policies for enterprise, and it appoints the executive for middle level, that is departmental managers. Okay. Now they appoint because they are in the administrative level. The people working in the top level management are in the administrative level, so they will appoint the managers for different departments. Okay, in the middle level management because middle level management is what they are the executors. Okay, they are the performers. Okay, who are going to perform the who are not the activities, they are going to perform the objectives and goals which are being discussed or set in the top level management. It appoints, okay, fine. It controls and coordinates the activities of all departments as it's the administrative, the administration is being doing what they are the coordinators, okay, the controllers and the coordinators of the activities and they and of all the departments. Okay, they control and they see the coordination of all the other departments. Okay, is it clear with the top level management?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Moving ahead. Middle level management. The branch managers and departmental managers constitute middle level. Now the next level is middle level. What the things include in it?
Branch
Who are
managers
the
departments.
yeah, who are the members here? Branch managers and the departmental managers. Okay, they constitute this middle level. They are responsible to the top management for functioning of the department. Now, this middle management, branch managers and departmental managers are responsible to report the functioning of the activities which are being controlled and given by the top level management. Do you understood this line? All of you? As in this diagram, we have seen middle level management is doing what? They are the problem solving, they are the team building, they are doing the talent development, performance management. So whatever the things, whatever the rules, strategies set in the top management, middle management is running that. Okay, they are responsible for the top managers. Okay, they are responsible for top managers means they are being questioned if something goes wrong. This middle level management, the managers here, the board managers and branch managers and departmental managers are being questioned if something goes wrong. And they are being questioned to whom? To the top level management. For what? For functioning of the department. They devote more time to organizational and directional functions. Now, they have to give more time for this organizational and direction functions because the top level management have given the authority to this branch managers and the departmental managers in the middle level of management. In small organization, there is only one layer of middle level of management, but in business enterprise or big enterprise, there may be senior and junior middle level management. Their role can be emphasized as they execute the plans for the organization in accordance with the policies and directives of the top management. They make plans for the subunits of the organization. They participate in employment and training of lower level management. They interpret and explain policies from top level management to lower level management. They are responsible for coordinating the activities within the division or department. Now, what is being discussed here now? This middle level management, in small organization, there are only one line. One line means only limited members are there for the small organization for the middle level management. But for the big enterprises, there may be senior and junior middle level management. Again, there will be senior people and then junior people for this middle level, for this kind of middle level of management. Okay. Now, what are their roles? Senior and junior levels, what are their roles here? They execute the plans of the organization in accordance with the policies. Now, they will execute the plan. Okay, the employees, they will execute the plans in accordance with what are the plans and objectives or policies and objectives being given by the top level management. They make plans for the subunits of organization. Now, they may be making plans. See, टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट का ये काम होता है कि लाइक प्लान स्ट्रेटजीज और ऑब्जेक्टिव्स गोल्स सारे चीजें बता देना. Now this middle level managers are the performance executors. Okay, they are the problem solving one and they are the performance executors, so they will know how to carry the work in the subunit of organization. It means they knew that how the work is being carried out. Okay, and they will divide the work for the subunits of management because the business is working as whole. There are number of members in, okay, there are increased number of members, so they will be dividing the work into subunits of organization. They participate in employment and training of lower level management. Now this senior and junior middle level managers, what they will do, they will also be getting participated in, okay, with the workers also, because to encourage the workers, to boost up the workers for low level of management. They interpret and explain policies from top level management to low level management. Now they explain, they interpret and explain means they help the managers. Okay, they help the low level managers and they help the people working in the low level or people working within the team by explaining the policies set up by the top level of management. They are responsible for coordinating the activities within the division or department. See, as they are doing such kind of things, they are creating subunits for departments, they are explaining each and everything. So they are responsible for coordinations also between the workers, okay, for carrying out the activities within the division of department. Is it clear with the middle level management, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what happened, girls? Are you listening? What happened to the rest of the others?
Yes, ma'am.
Only from 63, yeah, only from the 63 students, I can only hear 8 to 10 girls' voices. Yes, both the branches, Taliban and Malakpet branch girls, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, now you can mute yourselves. That's fine. So this is with what we have seen: top level management, middle level management. Now the next is lower level of management. It is also known as supervisory or operative level of management. It consists of supervisors, foremen, section officers, superintendent, etc. According to R.C. Davis, supervisory management refers to those executives whose work has to be largely with personal oversight and direction of operative employees. In other words, they are connected with direction and controlling function of management. Now, this lower level of management is what the supervisory and the operative level. Middle level managements are what they are explaining. They are supporting the persons. They are uplifting the top level persons. Sorry, they are uplifting the lower level persons, encouraging them with the training skills and all. This comes in the middle level, means performance executors. And lower level of management are what they are in the supervisory or operative level. Now they will see how it's going, how the supervision is been going, how the work is, the levels of how the work is being divided, and how the employees are working with the levels. Okay, it consists of supervisors, foremen, section officers. Okay, These are some of the workers included in the low-level management who are checking the work. Okay, for each and every department, there will be a selected person or a required person who will be checking this work. Now, supervisory management refers to those executives whose work has to be largely with personal oversight. Their work is large with personal oversight, means personally they are seeking, okay, personally they are going and checking the work of each and every employee. That is why they are being divided into supervisors, foremen, and many of the others, okay, in the management, so that they will check the work of the management according to the level given to them. So they are concerned with what? Directing and controlling. This consists in what? Low level management. They consist in what? The directing and controlling function of management. And their work include, or their activities include, assigning of jobs and tasks to various workers. They assign the jobs and tasks to various workers. They guide and instruct workers for day-to-day activities. Yes, is anyone having any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay, fine. Moving ahead. So they will assign the jobs and tasks to various workers. They guide and instruct workers for day-to-day activities. They are responsible for the quality as well as quantity of production. So they will be also, because what the definition is telling here, oversight, personal oversight and direction of operative employees. This low-level management is working in this like how the division of work is given and how the work is being done. Means
Will
how,
directly
what is the
see.
quality of work done. Yes,
They will directly see. I mean,
exactly. Personal oversight. That is why the words are given, like they are the supervisors, foremen, and many more. Okay, there will be many more persons like this: foremen, supervisors, superintendent, etc. in the low level management. Low level management means like they are the persons who are directing and controlling with their personal oversight. Means personally they are visiting and they are checking how the work is being done. Okay. Okay, so they are responsible for the quality, how the quality of work is going, and the quantity of work being done until the time given to them. Quantity of production. They are also entrusted with the responsibility of maintaining good relation in the organization. Now, these people, this low-level management people, are given are being trusted. Means they are given a full trust that they will work with the coordination between the employees. They communicate workers' problems, suggestions, and recommendatory appeals, etc., to the high level and the higher level goals and objectives to the workers. So they are like what a circle is being done. Okay, they are doing first what they communicate with the workers. Now, if some worker, like because they are seeing personally, they are visiting the workers personally, they are visiting the department. So they knew the workers' problems. Some workers will be having some of the issues, some problems. So they will be communicating good with the workers, and whatever the complaints, whatever the issues the worker is having, they will directly possess it to the higher authority. And if higher authority directs some other plans, works, and all, then they will in return forward this message to the workers. So, like this, a cycle will be going. Okay, a cycle
they
will
are
be
like
working.
connector.
Yeah, you can say it like this. Okay, like directing and controlling means whatever the top level management is giving the work to them, they are directing and controlling as well. Same to the employees also. Okay. Okay, now they help to solve the grievances of the workers. Grievances means some issues are there. Some worker is having some issue and he's being in like a low key person, like he's not been encouraged, or some other personal grievances are with the person, so they will solve their grievances also. They supervise and guide the subordinates. Now they will supervise and they will also guide the subordinates. Okay, they will help the subordinates, the people working there. They will help them to work in efficient manner. They are responsible for providing training to the workers. They will give the training to the workers. Okay, and they arrange necessary materials, machines, tools, etc. for getting the things done. Means all the things that give the direction and controlling for a good functioning of a management. This comes in the low level of management. Is this clear with the three levels of management, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Ma'am.
Okay. Now, So this is the second last topic. The last topic we are going to start for the third unit is the scientific management. Now, what is scientific management? Scientific management's definition is being given by Taylor. Now, mark my words, this is the important answer in the third unit. Scientific management and principles of scientific management, and also Taylor's F. Taylor's or its principles. Okay, F. Taylor's principles, 14 principles of management. Taylor's, or maybe it's like Fayol's. I'm sorry, it's Fayol's principles of management. Okay, you will be having this answer in your examination. This is the important answer. So now, what happens in the scientific management? The definition is being given by Taylor. According to Taylor, scientific management is an art. See, Taylor was an author. Okay, Taylor was an author and writer. Okay, this is not your Taylor. This is Taylor. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Scientific management is an art of knowing exactly what you want your men to do and seeing that they do it in the best and the cheapest way. In Taylor's view, if a work is analyzed scientifically, it will be possible to find one best way to do it. Hence, scientific management is a thoughtful, organized, dual approach toward the job of management against hit or miss or rule of thumb. Now, according to Drucker, the cost of scientific management is the organized study of work, analysis of work into simplest element, and systematic management of workers' performance of each element. Now, what is the scientific management? Do you remember the art and science of management?
Yes.
Yes,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah, what is the science in management?
Logical
Hypothesis.
thinking.
Assuming.
It is an
Logical
art.
thinking.
Yeah, analyzing the work, right? You're
Yes.
thinking. Okay,
Logical.
yes, exactly. So the definition is also the same one according to Taylor. Scientific management is an art of knowing what exactly your men want to do. Okay, like workers, what they are, what you want your workers to do, and seeing that what they are achieving in a simplest and a cheapest way. In Taylor's view, if a work is analyzed scientifically, it will be possible to find one best way to do it. Okay, like if it is being analyzed in a scientific way. Okay, like first is like approaching the work, then setting the rules for that work, like see a serial wise order, like a systematic order, so that one will achieve a good way to do it. Okay, see here, scientific management is a thoughtful, organized, dual approach. Okay, thoughtful and organized. Okay, what the thoughts you are getting about working in the management, and how you're organizing your thoughts of planning and decision, everything, whatever you are doing. Okay, and it is the dual approach towards the job of management. Okay, and against hit or miss rule, whether what you are doing in a thoughtful way or organized way, whether it will give a hit process like a profit, or whether it will give a loss.
Dual approach, ma'am. This
Okay, it's
thoughtful and
like,
organized.
yeah, both the approaches, thoughtful. See, it cannot be run only in the organized way. Okay, like you're not robots. Am I right? In an organization, workers are not only robots. Organized way में काम करते ही जाना कर. Your thoughts are also being important, right? What your thoughts are being there, and you are according to the thoughts you are organizing the work, right? So
Yes.
both, it is the dual approach.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
this dual approach, working with your thoughts and organizing the thoughts in a manner that it will give a good way, the scientific method to work in it. So this will give a hit or miss, like whether it will lead in a good way or whether you will miss something out. Or rule of thumb means success. Rule of thumb means whether it will give you a success for that. Okay. So it is this approach, by this approach. Do you get with this meaning? Is it clear with
Yes,
this definition, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, fine. According to Drucker, the cost of scientific management is the organized study of work, analysis of work into simplest element in systematic management of work performance, of workers' performance of each element. Now, see what it costs you for working with the scientific management is was organizing the study of work. Okay, you're organizing what your work is. You're organizing the goals being settled in the management and working accordingly to it, and the analysis of work into simplest and systematic manner. You're organizing and working with an organized way. Okay. Now, the principles of scientific management are development of science for each part of men's job. That is replacement of rule of thumb. Now, this replacement of rule of thumb is being removed, and the next principle was being launched in place of that is development of science for each part of men's job. Okay, development of science, development of like thinking, analytical ability for each part of men's job. Principle suggests that work assigned to any employee should be observed, analyzed with respect to each and every element and part and time involved in it. Now, whatever the work you are suggesting to your employee should be observed, analyzed at how he is doing, at what time, with respect of each and every element of part and time. What part of work he is doing and till what time he is being doing that work. Okay, this work is being analyzed in such a manner. This means replacement of odd rule of thumb by the use of method of inquiry, investigation, data collection, analysis, and framing of rules. Now, rule of thumb is like successful work, okay? Like by your own analytical thinking and all you were doing in the previous method. That was in the late previous method. Replacement of this is like developing in an analytical way, like use of method of inquiry, how you're inquiring the work being done, okay? Like how the work being developed. किस तरीके से आपका काम चल रहा है, किस तरीके से वर्कर्स आपका काम कर रहे हैं, वो कैसे चेक करोगे आप? इन्वेस्टिगेट करके चेक करोगे, डेटा कलेक्शन करके चेक करोगे, एनालिसिस करोगे और रूल्स फ्रेम करोगे. इस तरीके से आप एक ऑर्गेनाइज्ड वे में जा रहे हो. ठीक है, यू आर डेवलपिंग द साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट इन सच अ वे. इज इट क्लियर गर्ल्स, दिस वन?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Under scientific management, decisions are made on the basis scientific management, decisions are made on the basis of facts and by the application of scientific decisions. Okay. Under this scientific management, what happened? Decisions are made on the basis of facts. What are the facts?
Yeah.
Seen just now, investigation, data collection on this basis of facts, the works being applied. Okay. Decisions being applied. Now, the next principle here in the scientific management is scientific selection, training, and development of workers. There should be scientifically designed procedures for the selection of workers. Physical, mental, and other requirements should be specified for each and every job. Workers should be selected and trained to make them fit for the job. The management has to provide opportunities for development of workers having better capabilities. According to Taylor, efforts should be made to develop each employee to his greatest level in efficiency and prosperity. Now, this scientific selection means designing the procedure, okay, and analyzing it, okay, for the selection of workers, their physical and mental strength, okay, like other requirements should be also be an important aspect of the job. And workers should be selected and trained also. Like you should be doing in such a manner that you will be first requiring, okay, like you will be first seeing the mental and the physical strength to complete your work. And workers should be selected and trained. Once you are seeing that which level of workers are there, what are the competencies and all, according to the level of competencies they should be trained, they should be selected and trained for the development program, okay, that makes them fit for the job. Management has to provide opportunities for development of workers having better capabilities. The person who is having the more capabilities, so they will be what, they will be giving the opportunities of more development. And according to the Taylor here, what is the definition? That the person should be made, the efforts should be made to develop each employee to his greatest level. The management should give an effort to encourage the workers up to their level of efficiency and prosperity. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now, we'll just stop here for a while and we'll go with the attendance. Shalibanda branch girls, raise your hand. Shalibanda branch girls. Shalibanda branch girls. Tamreen from Shalibanda branch, raise your hand.
Huma, Maria.
Shaista also.
And Tehniyat. Tehniyat is from which branch? Tehniyat Khatun.
She is from Malakpet branch, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, 50 is from Shalibanda. Okay, fine. Okay. Now, Malakpet branch girls, raise your hand. Amtul Hasif is from which branch?
She is from
The name is
Shaliband.
big, I cannot read. Okay,
She
Samreen
is from
Sultana from
Shalibanda.
Shalibanda. Okay, Samreen is also from Shalibanda branch.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, this scientific management and the management which we have learned is different from each other. So every business is follow different management.
Just wait, just wait. I'm updating your attendance. I'll proceed within a while. Just wait. Yeah. Who was this asking the doubts? I was updating your attendance. Yeah. Tell me.
Ma'am, Hatiba Begum. Ma'am,
Yes,
this
Aditi.
management and the management which we have learned earlier. So in every business, they will follow different management.
Whatever the things earlier you have seen, that is the process how the management should actually work. Okay. How the work will be going in the management, that is it. Now, this scientific management is how you are conducting that work. कैसे आप उस वर्क को आगे बढ़ाते हो, कैसे कंडक्ट करते हो, ठीक है? Every college, now I'll give you an example. Every college is having their own responsibilities, their own duties. Okay, every college have to follow the rule given by Osmania University.
No.
They will be following the syllabus from Osmania University. Agreed or not? OU affiliated colleges, they will follow the syllabus from OU. What is the syllabus given by
Yes,
OU?
ma'am.
OU have given the syllabus, the rules and objectives given by OU is the same for every college.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, Working of each and every college depends upon their management, the principals and all, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How they are working. So similarly, it is the difference between like this. Management के जो principles देखे, वो तो rules and regulations, principles, skills, levels of management जो भी देखे, वो हर एक management को वो चीजें रहनी जरूरी है. ठीक है? They should possess that thing. The example I have given because of OU is because every college is affiliated under OU. They will be running for the same purpose, like BCom, like you graduate, science, commerce, etc. That is just a difference I have shown you with an example. Understood, Adiba?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट एक तरीका है कि आप किस तरीके से अपना मैनेजमेंट को सक्सेसफुल बना रहे हो. ठीक है? And other than
Okay.
your lively examples in your college, how your college is conducting the work, that depends upon the management, how the management is working.
Yes,
Is it
ma'am.
clear?
Understood. Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, fine, mute yourself. There's a disturbance, mute yourself, all of you. Fine, moving ahead.
Ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am, HRs participate in which level of management?
sorry,
HRs.
HR.
Yes, ma'am.
HR, that, see, HR is like, see, the work, that is a skill of managers, okay? They will be appointed as a managers, okay? They will be working with the skills. Do you listen the topic for the skills, 3 skills in the management
Yes,
level?
ma'am.
Conceptual skills and all, right? Conceptual, technical, and the human or interpersonal skills, okay? Right? So the manager will working upon that skill. He will be selected for that thing. He will be seeing the workers, okay, the workforce, okay, how the workforce is running, what are the abilities and inabilities for the workers. He will be seeing that, okay. That is compulsory there in your management. The person is being selected to see the work, carry out the work.
So, ma'am, which level is that? The
Middle level, I think, ma'am.
Low.
Okay, just wait. I'll just upload that thing and let you clear with the diagram. See, middle level, it includes what? Problem solving. Okay, you are talking about HR, so it will be coming here. Can you see here? Direction and controlling. Can you see the last? I'll just highlight and show you. Can you see this point?
Yes, ma'am.
They're responsible.
Yes.
What is this level of management? This is the low level.
Low level.
Yeah, this is the low level of management. Here they are seeing the workers. Okay, they are responsible for providing training to the workers. This include in your human resource or interpersonal skills and all. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, welcome. Okay, fine. So we'll end the topic here only. We'll end with the class. Okay. See, I'll be just sharing this managerial skill topic today because the scientific management is very lengthy. It will take 2 or 3 days time to complete that scientific management and all. Okay, I'll be covering. I will be sharing that notes for the scientific management after I completed that. Okay, is it clear?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, today I'll be sharing
Okay,
this
ma'am.
managerial skills, this topic for management skills or managerial skills topic in your Google Classrooms. Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So we can end this class now. Okay, girls, all of you, Allah Hafiz.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
thank you.